Okay, good morning, everyone. This is Michael Venezia, head trader at TradeView Markets, TradeGATEHub, sponsored by TradeView Markets. Okay, it's a Monday. It's an abbreviated session. It is the first abbreviated session. Or actually, it's the first day of the second quarter. It happens to be abbreviated session, never short a dull market. Applying to as we speak. Now, listen. There's an old adage. I have a job to do. I'm proud of it, and I want to do it. But anybody that's really trading, a half a day, coming from a Saturday, Sunday to a half a day Monday, we're off tomorrow, to a Tuesday. Anybody that's trading right now either, has losing positions. You know what I mean? All right. So I'm not gonna post. I didn't really post that much because I think with today's moves, it will be skewed. Even Jesus is off, if you will. He's trading intermittently, but he's really not giving the hardcore stuff. So, Harvey, yeah, and Tesla having a day when it came up with deliveries. As I was just approached, let's first of all let me sign in and get some data. I was aware of management that Tesla is having a huge day, huge. It is. And why is Tesla having? Okay, so if somebody says I don't, if I don't know something, this is what I do. I go to my Twitter feed, where I go to my news feed. My news feed is here that I have. Let's go to, like, for example, let's go to Tesla. TSLA. Boom. Tesla. I know I know what happened. I'm just reiterating what I would do if I need to. Okay, Tesla card deliveries, record deliveries. Okay, as Twitter, a lot of outperforms, Goldman raised targets, even JP Morgan, who's the biggest bear on the street, pardon raised their targets. So actually it's holding up the market nicely. Let's take a long-term look at Tesla. It did have the dip in the rip to shake out all the weak hands. I know one hand it's not weak. I won't go there, but Tesla, went back to the 21 day, filled the gap. That was it. It actually came down with more volume than people would have liked, as they say. But here it is. Listen, stock went from 240 to 280. It's especially here with the volume abbreviated session still, you would expect a low volume pullback. I mean, is it a buy the rumor, sell the news situation? I certainly don't think so. You really can't stop the chart, if you will. I'm not going to put the whammy on it, but the best thing about this is it's not alone, Tesla. And let's look at other card deliveries that reported this morning as well. Trust me on these. LI, China stock, reported card deliveries. Okay, was that a fade? Yeah, maybe just like Tesla. Was it a fade? Maybe it was more profit taking. I certainly don't think the top is. LI is prone to be known to really rip and go harder. And by the way, is way outperforming any other China stocks. BABA, JD. So you look at LI, being a China stock, the fact that it's a China stock, excuse me, I'll call you right back. The fact that it's a China stock and they're doing so poorly will show you that the actual deliveries of the cars is way outperforming the weakness in the China market dramatically. And you know what? The real good one is the one that I wasn't in, is because I'm not going to say I'm off. My timing's off. I'll get back to something in a second. I actually instituted a new rule. All right, here's XPEV. XPEV, actually, LI is the China best auto breed, best of breed, if you will. Then here's XPEV, which has been going up. Right, like I always say, it doesn't make it if it makes widgets or kites. You see volume coming in right here. Anytime the volume comes in of this volume that's heavy, it has a run. Now, certainly looking what LI is doing, and certainly seeing what Tesla is doing, you know what? Maybe it was, prudent to buy this, this XPEV once it gapped and went. I don't know yet if I'm going to be buying it on a pullback. I'm not in it. I'm not sure. I'll wait. Like I said, if coach would say that it seems like the Chinese market is so bifurcated. I'm not that intelligent, coach. Although I'm highly educated. I was absent that day when they taught spelling. So there's XPEV, and here's Tesla. Let's look at General Motors. Let's even go on the homeland. Ford, GM, Ford. All right, there it is. It's self-explanatory. So what's saying is the the numbers that are coming out of EVs and even cars produced are greater than the indices that are keeping them down. So that's what we call relative strength against your relative. Coinbase, how about this? Coinbase shares up 10% at the COB refiles Fidelity Bitcoin ETF. So if they're refiling a Fidelity ETF, I think besides Fidelity probably holds the most money besides Blackstone in the world. So if they're backing it, you know what? Look at Mara. Hold on a second. This is the news I was looking at. If I'm getting off point, I apologize, but now I'm really getting into what I do. Here's Coin right here. Coinbase up 10%. Let's go to the chart. And you know what? Price action told a story here. I'm not in it. I'm playing more defense. Actually, I'm playing more defense now than offense. Here's the chart on Coin. There it is. They tried to hold it down on Friday, but you know what? Here's the same thing as Mara. Mara breakout, not even overbought yet. Volume hasn't even come in yet. Mara, obviously, if we see Mara and we go Bitcoin, the next one we go to is Riot. Same thing. Ultimate compliment. I wouldn't short it, especially that today's an abbreviated session and Tuesday the markets are closed. And when everybody has a couple of cocktails on July 4th around the world, or at least, you know what I mean. They can get a little bit cavalier and want something to trade, considering there's no sports game. And who would bet the Mets the way they're playing? Certainly I wouldn't. I don't bet football or baseball. I don't even bet sports, except horses. I digress. Okay, so what are we doing now? Mara is an example of another stock. Just like those autos were acting well, Mara, Riot, and Coin are really examples of showing better relative strength to Bitcoin at this moment. Okay, AMD, hang, you know what? PayPal. I took a position in PayPal this morning. I think the bottom is in. I started a position. If I want to take 100% of a position and allot my capital towards that specific position, I bought 5%. What else is acting well? FCX call didn't lie there. What other calls were going off? G Money, help me out here. Calls, Uber acting well, Run, wrong on that one. Look at this Thank God I sold this thing. I didn't get stubborn there. Another cybersecurity stock. I saw it breaking low. Let me go to airlines. Delta, UAL, CCL continuing to run. Yes, I'm in it. Yes, I'm stuck in it. And it's a small position. It turned into a big loser. I'm pissed. I'm going to have to eat it. I'm going to have to work it. I don't know what else to say. My price is right here. 17 and a half. You know what I mean? UAL pulled back a little bit. I didn't have it. Naturally, I have Delta, which is pulling back. It's almost like they know. Why is Delta pulling back and not in UAL is? I saw LUV up, but that's the lagger. LUV is a huge lagger. It's almost like Bob is to LI. LUV. Oh. It was about time. All the other airlines were going, and LUV was the laggard. I even think I bought it at 34. It's just, you know what I mean? Zigging when you're zagging. Schwab takeover. I just saw. Schwab takeover. I didn't see that. No, that was EH having a day. See, there's another problem of stocks going in groups. Look at this Joby. We highlighted all last week. It's the it's basically the aviation taxi. Here's Joby. Ripping. Believe me, sans one day. All right, good. Here's EH, the China taxi mover. EH. This used to be 200 EH. And I bought it on the low, just like I did. I took a position, just like I did SDGR. You bastard. It's hard to hold. It's okay. It's difficult to be a 5-tool guy in terms of handling a fund, not being skewed with having the blinkers on long term, relative data, relative weakness, relative shortness. The BRICS planning to introduce new trading currency, which is backed by GLD. By the way, Coach, this is some of the bigger news of the day, by the way. The BRICS countries are planning to introduce a new trading currency, which is backed by gold. That's big. I'm not going to lie. Read up on that. That's going to be bigger than you think it is. Hit the bricks, kid. Here's bricks. So we have GOLDs in the fund. Everybody knows naturally. It came back a little bit. I think my average price is, I'll tell you what my average price is. I hold it on the weekly. My average price is right here. 1792. All right. Did I buy the wrong one? Maybe. AEM. How you doing? No bounce. AU. We should be looking at GFI. GFI, not really much, but you know what? The triple ETFs are moving better than the other ones. Nougat's popping. Nougat, what else do we like? Dust in the wind, the reverse ETF for those that you don't go. Okay. Resistance cap formations, areas. What's going on? Do I have questions? G Money, come on. All morning we chirping. Now you got nothing? All right, Riven. There's another one that I didn't even bring up Riven with the EV cars, the obvious one. I actually made a little coin in Riven. Riven, there it is. 1907 ripping. I shorted it well. I traded okay. Shorted 1929, covered 1883. Back to my Schoenfeld days. Was it really risk the reward? I thought it double topped for a second, came back down, didn't cover it as well. I'm done with the position. Now the market looks good. What's going on here? Microsoft. See, this is what you want. Listen, here's my main screen. This is actually bullish, which is upsetting me because my shorts aren't coming in. You want to see Microsoft pulling back a little bit. You want to see Apple pulling back a little bit as Tesla still goes parabolic and Meta. But the other ones are acting well. There's always a place to run. Riven, look at it. Place to run. XPEV, any bounce? No, not yet. Upstart. Planeteer. I'm the only one that's down. AI just bounced nicely from 35.50 to 36. Where's Planeteer? Just had a nice market. Best. Why am I short Planetary, you asked? Maybe the AI craze. I like the volume. I think it did it. I think it's starting to roll over. Where's my price? I have a lot of it. I'm not going to lie. Thank God on Friday it was 15. Thank God 15.90. My average price is right here, 15.18 on Planetary, right at the gap. And they tried to get me, and I didn't flinch. Although another example, the biggest moves are made at the end. So I had to withstand the 15.90 currently break high to pull back properly, to actually pull back. And now I need, just the timing is poor. That's why you should always start. Okay, here's the new rule. And this is the new rule, Mike V. This is going to be interesting. This is it. Okay, listen, I've had free reign for a long, I've never been told what to do, knock on wood. But without rules, there's chaos. My first rule implemented last year was actually, the beginning of this year, it held very well, is not trading stocks under $3. Now, to save myself agony, this is my new rule, and it's after the late William O'Neill, who passed away this year. You should sell a stock when you are down 7 or 8% from your purchase price. Now, I did a lot of research on this, and the math. Okay, for example, if you keep averaging down from a stock that goes from 10 to 5, right? You're down 50% on the stock. But to go back from 5 to 10, you have to make 100% on the stock. So at that break point of 7.5, actually, I'm going to make it 7.3. I'm going to give Mr. O'Neill a little bit of benefit of the doubt. And but I'm saying that's my new rule. 7.3% down on the stock, no matter what. That's when Mike V is starting to get out of some situations. And you know what? That's going to be healthier in the long run. You know what? And I like it because it'll just be automatic. And the third one, which is never going to happen, but it's on the board. Actually, it shouldn't say it's never going to happen. It's got to be some sort of contra trading rule because I am prone to make the hard money in this type of market. I don't want to make the hard money. To be honest with you, who wants to make hard money? Airbnb stepping out of a base. So William O'Neill is the new rule. Market down. Where's the Google situation? Turkish lira. Let's go right here. What do I look at? What's going up? Percent gainers in the last 15 minutes. AHI, the hot stock of the day. LABD, that's because the opposite of LABU. Let's look at LAB. Let's look at XBI. I've been chirping about it all morning. I'm starting to roll again. XBI, precipitous, precarious 50-day here on the XBI. And I just saw the LABD, which is a triple ET. Listen, that's the LABD, the triple reverse into LABU. No interest. Look at that, 560. Those triple ETFs are killers. Okay, going back to this is what? Let's look at the losers for the last 15 minutes. And then I'll go up to the Sharpies because the market closes at 1. It's 11:30. AAOI ripping or coming back. NVAX, Evago, PTGX was the stock of the day at one moment. Let's look at this. Let's look at the most active because that really what matters on a thin day. So it has more relative volume. Riven, average 30-day volume is 30 million, trading 53 million by 12. All right, so you get the picture of what I look at. What else? What's not trading a lot of volume? SQQQs are unchanged. Carnival not trading a lot of volume, although it's skewed. XPEV came all the way in. And that's it. Let's look at Wise Guys because they might be setting up for a Wednesday situation because you never short a dull market. G Money, ask me a question, please. Ask me if I'm a Gemini or Aquarius. Just ask me my sign. Do something. We need some flow here. You share Wise Guys. Nothing notable. This was 23 minutes ago as of yet. Carnival of Cross BBBIO. That was Lewis brought that one up the other day. BBIO. I like it. I like the chart. It's great. BBIO. This is what I look at. BBIO. Boom. Giddy up. Biotech. You want to buy it, buy some lotto calls. Don't look at the position. Okay. PANW rolling out of sweepers. Dollar DLR. Don't like it. Nothing sexy. X. Oh, that's the one I wanted to. What our MT work at? I haven't looked at it. MT. All right. All right. I'm MT. I've got nothing in it, but this is X. How could you not like X here? Actually, it's stretched. It is a little stretched on the short term. But you know what? You go to the other sectors, you look at this RS, Reliance Steel. How you doing? Let's look at the Big Daddy, Nucor. How you doing? Any other ones, smaller ones, Steel, STLD. How you doing? So X here, much like LUV, looks like a little bit of a laggard. Maybe it reports bad earnings, but if it does, it's going to be a bad letdown. But you know what? Maybe it does blast through an RSI of 80, 81, the highest it's been in some time. It does print to 28. You sell it on the open, you move on. I'm not in it. I'm not doing it yet. But you know what? When it says sweeps happening, and a lot of them, I'm interested. Planeteer, somebody's buying calls in January. What a fucking piker. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Only $56,000 worth of calls. I could do that. Setting up for a dip to buy. Riot. They're pressing them into the end. Cheap call activity and roadblocks. I can't figure this freaking stock out. Here it is. And let me show you roadblocks. Just can't figure it. I'll tell you, it's poised to go higher because they tried to break it down and now it's coiled. I just can't get it. It's in a range. And when it goes up, you're going to have a buy stop on volume, and then it's going to continue. Buy stop on volume on the breakout because the volume's going to come in. It's the only reason why you're going to want it breaking out of that. But the calls are coming in as I see here. And what is it? Nothing we're really interested in. Somebody's thinking the same way. It's cheap. They're trying to hit the lotto on this thing. I get it. Oxy, Gerard pointed it out. Iova, not interested. Snow, interested. Where are they going? August, I get it. PSTG, Snap, bullish. I'm not doing that with Lewis's money. Avago, they're going into in July, no interest. Oprah Winfrey, that was P-Rod stock. Oprah, a little high, but you know what? Stocks in case. Listen, this was overheated at 15. Hey, Oprah Winfrey, nice, not bad. She was bearish, but that's low. Okay. So listen, the stocks of the day of this. Put calls. No, don't, it's actually very bullish for Apple to pull back, Microsoft to pull back, Oracle to pull back as these other stocks build bases, these tertiary stocks, even oils, for example. So as with has been themed for about a year now, it's been tiresome, but it's been working. It's stock picking and it's not been indices. People have been thinking the sentiment is stretch of the indices or playing the indices. Have been proven wrong because, first of all, it's basically Apple and Microsoft holding up the majority of indices or the big eight, and it's been skewed and it's not accurate. So let's look at this. Let's keep it there, guys. Any questions? Gee, you didn't even ask me what my sign was. I'm a Gemini, as you could probably tell. But when you ask, hold on. When they ask, they don't give. When they ask, my screen is being paused. Stop share. Hold on. Screen share. I have to sign off. All right, it's a half day. I would say I've been trading for 26 years. The past 25 years, I usually play golf on this day. And today's not the day. It's because I want to do the video. I have an obligation, and that's what I do. And we have Coach in San Diego who gave the video at 9:30 in the morning on the short and abbreviated holiday. We have everybody already getting 89 views in an abbreviated session for Coach. Bravo, as we approach 3,000 subscribers. Bottom line is, market closes in about an hour and a half. We'll close tomorrow. I'll be back. I'll be posting tomorrow night. I'll try to do better the next time. I will do better the next time. I always try to do better the next time. I do the same if one person or 1,000. You never know who's watching. That's why the smartest businessmen that I know never say no. And no matter what job, you never know what it could lead to. So whether it's a 1 or 1,000 people watching, it's my honor and a pleasure. Remember, abbreviated day, trade well, have a plan. If you're going to do anything, make sure you have you get in. You want your price with volume. Don't be the piker that hits. Maybe gets a rebate. Goes to gets a rebate check or something. Everybody floods the BMW dealership. Why are you going to pay $60,000 for a car that's worth 50 that has its 55 sticker price? You know what I mean? Don't do it. You have some pride in the trading or in your entries fees. Okay. Enjoy the rest of the day. Cheers.